Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Time for Papa's comic books and coffee. Okay, let's see who came today. Will you look at that? It is Marvel Comics Group Kull. The Creature in the Crown is the story this time. The Destroyer Kull. This is number 28, 35 cents, back in 1978. This is by Don Glut and Ernie Chan. Now, once again, as you all know, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, tell me what you thought about it. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Well, we don't destroy the studio here. Okay. The Creature and the Crown. Are you awakened, Gasaga? Little man, now my axe will put you to sleep and send your soul to hell. I will hack you in two, little man, like a stalk. Huh? By mere inches, the giant monarch misses his Alasian target, bringing him close enough for Kull to perceive the vinnic odor of his breath. You should not mix fighting with wine guzzling, Gasa, especially when your opponent is stone cold sober. No, Kull, please don't slay the giant. Gasaga is not in command of his senses. It's the wine that drives him to... Then what do you suggest, Laurel? That I wait until he sobers up and let him lop off my head in the meantime? Yet Kull is not alone in his desire to hasten the climax of this battle. You have to come to take away Gasak's little flower, for that you must die. Hold that, my sword. And now, without your blade, you might as well surrender to... What? Kull's leap is like that of a tiger. Even without a weapon, he must not fail to claim that for which he came that strange dimensions. The stolen kingly crown of the city of Torana. You move so fast, I cannot. Oh, what are you doing? No, you cannot move my crown. How can a king rule over his domain without a crown? A good question, giant, which explains why I too have need of it. And now, while your senses are still distorted by drink, I'd best get you out of my hair before you get another notion to steal back the Turanian crown. You see, woman, I didn't kill your monstrous friend. Now, if you and Redondo will move your hides, I'm on my way, my Lord Kull. I doubt those horns will long remain webbed in that wall. And I, for one, don't relish being on the premises when that shaggy ogre finally tears himself free. Not only has the little man taken my crown, but also Laurel, plaything, the only beauty to ever enter my lonely life. No, though he takes away the crown, he shall not take her. Gasag's world is but a hair-dead asteroid floating into space within the reality of Kull's world. Feeling the heat belching forth from the lava moat and beholding the angered behemoth lumbering in the castle drawbridge, Kull realizes he'll be upon us in moments with those gigantic strides. So if we're ever to escape this world, the time to act is here and now. You too flee to safety while your heroics prove once again that you are indeed, he is the prophecy. And all the while, you still believe yourself fighting to regain the throne. Not the worthless throne of Tirana, but rather your rightful topaz throne of Volusia. How presumptuous of you, Kull, for I, in this mortal guise of Ardine, have grown quite fond of your throne. and keep it I shall, while you grope your way through these final perils, and I observe not at Ardime, but in my true and supernormal form, that of the sorcerer who had died before Atlantis arose from the sea, ivory-skulled Thulsa Doom. You were stupid to have lagged behind, little man, and you are too cowardly to battle one even my size. What? You dare to call Gassa a coward? Aye, and a drunken coward, afraid to come after the little man. But I still slay you wherever you go, but Gassa's movements are awkward. The momentum of the heavy war axe pulling him forward. There is no halting Gassa's plunging bulk, for he preventing the sudden stench of burning flesh and hair that now rises from the molten moat. He fell in there. Gasaga and Laral receive only the splashing of lava for a reply. A moment, and the very world about them seems not to exist. It happens again. Once more, the Edge's forces bring us from one world to another. Pray we return to the one we left, where a minstrel's talents are appreciated, when the surroundings are again those of the Turanian palace. They return Kor, La, Zan, all three of them. For the spell to have ended, the giant must be dead, and noble Kull has regained our crown. Laral pretends not to notice, as Nora's gaze meets her own with a momentarily look of animosity. Instead, she turns toward Kull. Behold the prize of the quest. Laral says nothing to Kull of her suspicious. Even as in Kull's honor, the streets of Tirana explode in joyous celebration. Indeed, thinks Kull, it's good to feel like a king once again. Still, a king in his private chambers likes not to be ignored. You are strangely cold tonight, Laral. You shiver at my touch. And should I respond to your brutal, blood-stained hands, you will never change, Kull. Gasaga, something blah, 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 blah. Then the giant was doomed, blah, 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 blah. Now come, let us toast the approaching festivities' end. Well, gently Laral closes the door after him. Again, Kull feels as he did when first he lost the topaz throne. Let her go, my Kull. For blah, 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 she was but a child. Nora, but how? How I entered your chamber is unimportant. What does matter is that I am here. And unlike Laral, I shall not leave you. Valka and Hota woman, what in the fires of hell are you doing? Proving to you, my love, that a hater's woman need not be shriveled, old crone. You see, Kull, I am not so unpleasant to look upon, and my feelings are those of a real woman. But I thought you and the wizard Garnock, you were, but our love has long since withered. Now, with the one woman he truly loves, so apparently lost to him, should not Tirana's new monarch enjoy like privileges? But while Kull tries to forget Laral, she pauses, and she debates. Then, deciding she may have acted rashly, she slowly opens Kull's chamber door to gaze upon a king. Uh-oh, what did she see? Uh-oh, can't be good. Now that I've retrieved the crown and have time to ponder some matters that disturb me. Perhaps, but there are inconsistencies which make me wonder. But you should be happy, Kull, knowing that you'll soon be sitting a throne once more. As when I sliced the hand from one of those three accursed wizards, with my own senses did I perceive their dried corpse-like flesh, as if they were three mummies come to wretched life. But later, in that very city and in that heat of battle, I glimpsed in the firelight of flesh of two of them, and I thought them as to look as healthy as I. Then there was the giant Kasaga, one who seemed so much older in the vision conjured up by Kor Lozan. You, Kor Lozan, and Garnak also appeared in that vision. Since that time, the giant has aged some 3 decades. While neither you nor 2 magician friends seem to have aged a day, I cannot answer all of your questions, dear Kull. Though, to prove my love for you, mayhaps I reveal some fragments of truth. Thus Kull follows her to some temple ruins where, cast your vision on this, my Kull, it's the head of a stone figure. More than that, 'tis that remains of a goddess, the benevolent goddess named Sindra. For ages she blessed Tirana in return for the loving worship of the city's people. But this Kull follows her to some temple ruins where, we did already. But times change, as did the morals of her people, and Sindra and the benevolent did not approve. So repulsed was Sindra by the debaucheries that rather than allow them to continue their sinful ways, she cursed them, and no others have been cursed. Alas, Sindra did not outlive her terrible curse. Before the curse could be lifted, but before her presence completely faded, Kor Lozan, Garnak, and I summoned from her a prophecy, the vague image of one who might someday come to Tirana, a sacred champion who, after fulfilling certain requirements, might finally lift our curse. Then, I take it, I am your sacred champion, and Kor Lozan's enticing me to win Tirana's crown might very well fit with those requirements you mentioned. Hear me, Kull. Forget your ambitions to become Tirana's king. Only ill will become of it. Yet, with but an added scar, Redondo might meet those same requirements. And while he sits Tirana's throne, you and I could. You speak riddles, woman. You mention a curse. You never do. You reveal the nature of this curse, and now you tell me to forget the throne. I fought so. Nora often speaks words that mean little friend, Kull. How true, how true. Kor Lozan, Garnak, I can say no more, but heed what I said, my love. The time has come, my friend. Already the nobles have gathered in the palace, your subjects to await you. Therefore, if you and our sister will depart these ruins, the long-awaited moment may be at hand. She watches Kull and his entourage enter the palace. For nearly a minute, Laurel wrestles with her emotions, wondering if she has made the right decision. If not, it's too late to back out now. Already she descends Tirana's outer wall, and with but the shouting of a name, summons the step left outside the city some days before. No one has noticed her until now. Halt, woman. Come back here. No, Captain Harkar, you are venturing too far, but she is Kull's woman, and it was to Kull that I pledged allegiance. It's my duty to bring her back inside the gates before quarrel. If not, it will not be Kull, for his true masters now hasten from the earth and sky, anxious to scavenge off his rapidly wrinkling and rotting flesh. While within Tirana's throne room, behold, people of Tirana, Kull, he to be called our king and to bring to us our promised day of resurrection. But Kull has barely heard Kor Lozan's resounding words, nor does he seem to notice Redondo's cantable strummingness. His thoughts are on Volusia and how he'll lead Tirana's army to win back his stolen kingdom. Also, his mind dwells upon a woman, both loved and lost, while another woman can think only of Kull. You can stop staring at him that way, Nora. In but moments, it will all be over, and you and I will be as we've always been, over, Over, did you say? No, it shall not be over, not for the man I love. Kull, don't let yourself be crowned. By Sindra's soul, what outrage is this? Nora, again, do not trust Kull, my Kull. Instead, look to his hand. I see nothing wrong with his hand. So get on with the ceremony, magician. Uh-oh, what could be happening with his hand? Ooh, the Beatles. You see that? The Beatles. Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison at last presented the Ultimate Illustrated Beatles book. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Nora, what are you doing? It's certain doom to. I no longer care. Once the accursed crown touches Kull's head, I'll have lost him forever. And since he will not listen, perhaps he'll believe me once I've shown him this. Have you gone mad, woman? Unhand me. Unhand you, Kull. Yes. That is precisely what I shall do. Do you see now, Kull? Do you begin to understand the reason why Kull always keeps his right hand at his side, lest its true nature be discovered? Now, do you comprehend the terrible truth? And in that grave moment, when the brazier's flames consume the apparent flesh and realize the smell of burning wax, Kull comprehends it all. My lord, then, the means, Kull, Nora, and Garnak, and those three living mummies are... Aye, indeed, you love-struck fool, for exposing your brother. In wizardry, you have sealed your worthless tyrannous doom. The master is with us. Yes, I can feel his presence. What is wrong, Nora? From what do you cringe? I see nothing. No, master, please. I did what I had to do. I beg you, grant me mercy. Mercy? Yes, I think I shall show mercy, not to you, but rather the king to whom you would so eagerly give your body and soul. No, master. Let the barbarians see the stripped of you, your enchanted beauty, and as you really are and were, that moonlight night you two first met. It's a stripped beast in human form that cautiously descends the dais steps, feral eyes ablaze at the crumbled mummy neath his feet. And though Kull did not really love this woman, the tiger springs. You did this foul deed, Kull, and by Valka's blood, you're going to pay for it. If I have to first hack off your other hand, and then before you do any hacking, you a Latin hill ape, I suggest you release that fool, and give credit where it is due. What, you? And whom else do you really expect, old foe? Who else could have arranged all of this for you, letting you stumble your way through a predetermined end? Who indeed but the master of sorcery, Thulsa Doom? Oh no, next issue, Kull versus Thulsa Doom. All right, well look, here we go again, presenting the Beatles story. Only $1.50, Madonna mia. Or you can get some cherry pie. All right, well that was the name of that tune. That was Marvel Comics Group, Kull, the Creature in the Crown. Look at the creature. That was number 28, 35 cents back in 1978. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it. And this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, tell me what you thought about it. And as I always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.